Hi, in this video, it's a journal from September 11th, 5 days ago, 2013. It starts, the spouse cut the grass after work, and she was nice to me. Well, I've said it many times, in bed. Wow. At 11 p.m. All right. The daughter did the laundry, and the grandmother stopped the machine just before the sink overflowed. This is, recently, yesterday the plumber came to fix all of that, so you already know this. The spouse wants me to help her get a toothbrush that fell into the bathroom's drain. And I'm thinking we also should fix that toilet seat. What happens with that, the plastic toilet seat, my mother, it's too low, and so my mother just drops on top of it, and so it's flying all over the thing. Yes. That's interesting because
I mean the new classroom.
Yeah, new classroom. Wonderful.
Multi-classroom. I want two classrooms.
Technically, multi means more than one. Yeah.
So that means I'm going to the classroom and the chocolate.
All right. No more names. Because I'm making a video, but this is good information. Go ahead. You want to be in the video? Yeah, you could be in the video. Nah, you want to be in the video? All right, man. Oh, be careful, the cat will hit me in the paw. All right, bring him back. When you put him down, but not on my face. On my chest is fine. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, she snuck out the back way. All right. So go ahead and tell me what's going on, son.
So I'm going into classrooms. My original classroom and another classroom.
Uh-huh. So you're going to be half day in one, half day in the other?
Maybe. Cause like, I don't really.
All right. See you later. All right, so I was telling you about the toilet seat. Now, the daughter and my son helped me cut a hole into the base of the basketball hoop so we could put sand in it. That was an achievement because we finally are doing something together. I've actually added a new rule, like 1,000 rules in this house. No basketball playing together without the mother or my spouse, because sometimes they get angry at each other and then they grab each other's balls and they throw them on the neighbors. Kids, they need supervision. So I said, until your mother puts the fence, a net or something to block that. We have a 6-foot fence, but we need it taller because the ball bounces and then it jumps off, or they get angry at each other and they throw the ball. Each other's ball. All right, the spouse said she wants me to consider her more. Consider me, Daniel. Please be gentle. Oh, now she wants me to be considerate because her feet hurt. But all these years, she was inconsiderate and didn't care that my feet hurt or about my happiness. My simple happiness, how was it? I said, let me put this rubber tiles on the kitchen floor, so that when I Daniel wash dishes, spouse, my feet won't hurt anymore. And she said no. And I said okay. So now her feet will hurt. Of course I'm going to be considerate. The only way I can get her to do things, though, like she won't read the Bible. She's a Catholic. She won't read it in Spanish or English. She won't organize her closet. And my mother says, Daniel, I don't want you coming into my room, because that's where I hang my shirts, in my mother's room, which is really my daughter's room, but my mother, the grandma, is using it. All right. The only way I got the spouse to read the Bible is if she reads these homework assignments or these papers that my son does in Sunday school. And the spouse said, "You have to go to church." My son said, or then I said right away, "No, you don't, son. You don't have to go to church." Then the spouse got upset. So as soon as she arrived at the church, there was a traffic jam, and I got out of the door. I opened the door and I got out. Then the spouse said, "Don't go out," and my son walked out behind her. And then I told him, "Obey your mother right now, only because," and this is something I cannot say in front of the wife. We went to the bushes, and I said, "Oh," and I put my shirt inside my pants, because she drags me out of here. It's almost like she runs around, and then when I notice, they're in the car, and I'm like, whoa. So I did get a chance to put my shoes on before they left, and when I got to the church, I put my shirt in my pants, and then I told my son, "Look, we choose to obey the spouse or your mother right now, because if we don't obey her, she can throw me in jail, son. If I make any commotions or go against her desires, she will throw me in jail." All she has to do, guys, is, my viewers out there, all she has to do is lie. And she does that. Well, she did it one time. That's how I got Baker acted the second time. Alright, so then my spouse, she did say, well, she yelled at him, "Get over here!" Like she where she parked? She parked in the handicap. And I know she has a handicap sticker, but she's not handicapped, and they see her walking fast and all that. I mean, you're doing this at a church. Aren't you supposed to be honest? That's only when my mother is around that you're able to park in the handicap. So she came towards us and says, in front of everybody, doesn't care, "Get over here!" And so my son started running. I said, "Don't run. Walk, walk, walk." And then she said, "You can change religions when you're older, if you want to." Alright, now, my daughter was going to throw my son's yellow balloon over the fence, but my spouse stopped my daughter. My son was playing with my daughter's basketball when it went over the fence by accident. Then my daughter arrived, and she got upset. So the rule is no basketball playing without the kid's mother supervising. Alright, I might as well continue a little bit. Alright, a few days ago, 5 days ago, I switched off my mother's TV because I went in there and I said, "Mother, could you please help me with the kids?" My son was throwing a tantrum, and my daughter was reading calmly, sitting on the dog's chair, the green one, lazy boy, and my dog uses it. That's how we ended up naming it the dog's chair. Then my daughter was reading, right? I just wanted my daughter to go to a safer room, but my daughter would not move. So I told my spouse about it later on in the day, and the spouse says, "If Grandma would have called the cops, you would be gone, Daniel. And it's your fault, Daniel, that the kids don't obey. You used to interrupt me and say, 'They are U.S. citizens.'" But the way she says it is, "U.S. citizenship, U.S. citizenship." She says it like this, "U.S. citizenship." Differently, and then Daniel says, "That's true, spouse, but please help me with the kids. They cannot be in a room together." Now this one I was only avoiding because if one of them is already throwing a tantrum, and I showed her the pictures of my son, he threw all my pillows on the floor, and then, would you believe he fell asleep? He fell asleep on the floor on top of all the pillows. Nobody had mopped that day and stuff, and then we just shake the pillows up. Maybe, I don't know. We just put them back on the bed eventually. After my son woke up, I told him, "Would you please be a good son to me? I am your shadow. All right. I know you're tired from going to school, and well, my son, he's a child, and if we lived in Honduras, I could straighten everybody out real quick." But in the United States, when you got the two adult women threatening to call the cops on you every day, only a security camera 24 hours a day would save me. If you have the money to send me a security camera, especially one that is well, even if it isn't a camera that, even if it's a visible camera where everybody can see it, and they would, because I was thinking you got to hide that camera somehow. One that you can hide is better. And I got to figure out a way. How do I upload 24 hours of video? I might have to buy some discs or something. And I'll just put, no, they have the date on it, right? They have the date on it. I gotta do something, because that's the only way I could catch the spouse and the mother, and my mother threatening me. All right. Live alone. If you're married, live alone. Just, if you're a man, move out. Move out while you still have a chance. Because it's better that way. Go knock on your neighbors and say, I just need a place to put my things and my bed, and how much do you want? Yeah, you have to move out. You cannot live with women in the United States. Unless you have a video camera 24 hours a day. Then you can catch what's going on. And the police will say, "Oh, we're sorry, sir. We're going to make you the president of the United States. You put up with so many so much abuse from this old woman and from this spouse of yours." All right. Enjoy your life. Live alone. Be better than I am. Read Booker T. Washington's book. Character Building. Free at LibriVox.org.